If you want to see what a hypocrite and a coward Pope Leo XIV is, compare these two tweets. Back on July 20th, after an Israeli rocket mistakenly hit a church in the Gaza Strip, Pope Leo tweeted the following: "Tragic news continues to arrive in these days from the Middle East, especially from Gaza. I express my profound sadness regarding last Thursday's attack by the Israeli army on the Catholic parish of the Holy Family in Gaza City, which, as you know, killed 3 Christians and gravely wounded others. I pray for the victims: Saad Issa Kostandi Salameh, Fumia Issa Latif Ayad, Najwa Ibrahim Latif Abu Daoud, and I am particularly close to their families and to all the parishioners. Sadly, this act adds to the continuous military attacks against the civilian population and places of worship in Gaza. I again call for an immediate halt to the barbarism of the war and for a peaceful resolution of the conflict. I renew my appeal to the international community to observe humanitarian law and to respect the obligation to protect civilians, as well as the prohibition of collective punishment, the indiscriminate use of force, and the forced displacement of the population." So in these two tweets, Pope Leo refers to this rocket that mistakenly hit a Catholic church, an attack by the Israeli army on the Catholic parish of the Holy Family in Gaza City, and also refers to continuous military attacks against the civilian population and places of worship in Gaza, saying quite clearly that Israel is intentionally attacking civilians and attacking Christian sites. Now let's compare this to Pope Leo's reaction to the massacre of 40 Christians by an ISIS-affiliated group in the Congo just a couple of days ago. "I renew my deep sorrow for the brutal terrorist attack that occurred during the night between 26 and 27 July in Komanda in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where over 40 Christians were killed in a church during a prayer vigil and in their own homes. As I entrust the victims to God's loving mercy, I pray for the injured and for Christians around the world who continue to suffer violence and persecution, urging all those with local and international responsibility to collaborate in order to prevent such tragedies." Other than referring to it as a terrorist attack, there is no mention whatsoever of who did it. He doesn't point the finger at Islamic terrorists. He doesn't say that it continues these brutal attacks by Islamic terrorists, as opposed to the mistaken rocket fired by the Israelis at a church where he referred to the IDF attacking Christian holy sites. Here, there's no mention whatsoever of jihadist Muslim fundamentalists who are chopping off the heads of Christians in the Congo. This is hypocrisy and cowardice. He's afraid to say that Muslims did it in the Congo.